This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com. Next up, we've got John Cena doing his U.S. title open challenge. It's been a program that's going for several months at this point, and it's even been a fun TV segment. But today is the end of that open challenge because, well, when John makes the open challenge, and of course fans are having fun singing John Cena Sucks to his own theme song, Cena brings up the open challenge, and all of a sudden, here comes Zeb Coulter out on a motorized wheelchair, the former Dutch Mantel. And he's going to introduce the man he represents. And no, it's not Jake Hager. It's not Jack Swagger. It is indeed a returning Del Rio, who gets a huge pop. Meltzer would note that he looks a lot bigger and more muscular than before. And, they're all over the place, man. This is a fun return. Fans are all over it. They're booing the Cena comeback. Del Rio gets the pin out of nowhere with the backstabber and the super kick. And we have on his return, a new United States champion. Alberto Del Rio wins. And I kind of love the idea of the open challenge segment. I was sad to see it end, but if you're going to ending it with a guy returning and a title change, well, that's about as cool of a way to do it. What'd you think of the way this was programmed and, Del Rio coming back?
I loved it. All kind of, interesting twists. Now, number one, there's a huge Hispanic population, in LA. So Alberto showing up, and it didn't get out. It didn't make any of the sheets. It wasn't, in any of the newspapers. It was a surprise, and people love to be surprised. That's why I hate it when we just, give everything away, because people, that's why they tune in. They want to be surprised.
Yeah.
And that was a surprise opponent. And having Zeb Coulter, who was a pseudo, maybe behind the scenes, under the sheets, racist, a little bit was the character. To have him with Alberto, who is not an American or an American citizen, made right away for interesting, what ifs. And it just was such an odd situation, but successful. And to his credit, John did it the right way. If you're going to put a guy over, put him over. And he did. And I think the whole thing was a huge success.
I was a fan of the Del Rio character. Glad to see him come back here. What'd you think of the pairing though of him and Zeb Coulter? That felt a little, listen, I love Dutch. Don't get me wrong. I would love for us to do some stuff with Dutch one day, because I think he's a hell of a storyteller, and God, he's been everywhere. He's forgotten more about wrestling than most of us listening to this show will know, me included. But I don't know about this pairing. Feels a little weird. What say you?
Well, number one, Zeb has the hairiest back that has ever graced the earth. He has got the indoor record for a mustache. Plus, he's smart and funny and very intelligent where the business goes. He has seen the evolution. He can explain it to you. He can bring back things from old school and plug them into new school. That's what I thought was so interesting. Here this guy is, on the surface, you think you got just some, Southern redneck that doesn't like anybody that wasn't born here, anybody that doesn't fly the American flag and all those type things, and here you have, your Mexican hero, and it felt like Strange Bedfellows, and it just opened up a lot of food for thought for me anyway.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.